Okay, so I'm gonna apologize ahead of time because my internet seems to be going kind of slow today. So if it's a little time consuming, I apologize for that. What I can tell you is the two things that you're gonna need open while we're doing this is you're gonna need a blank Google Slides document opened, and you're gonna need a blank Google Docs opened, okay? So we're gonna start in Google Slides. When you're in Google Slides, you need to format your page. So delete all the text boxes, and then you're going to go into File, Page Setup, and you want it to be a square. So you're going to do 1.25 by 1.25, and you're just going to apply that. So that's what mine already is. Okay. And then I'm just going to show you how to make the colored buttons. And then once you know how to make those, then you can go through and make different designs. Like right now, I'm working on trying to do buttons that have like the superhero logos on it. So like this is the one I just made, this reading one. So I'm trying to do those for now that I know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to show you the different colored ones. So you're going to change your background color. And I'm going to start dark and then go light. So I made it look like that. And then I inserted a shape. So I went to shapes and I picked the second shape here just so it had some rounded edges so it looked a little bit different. And you just drag it and put it in the middle. Normally I'm really picky about, the spacing here versus the spacing here, but we're just not going to do that. It's going to be okay. I'm going to tell myself it's okay if it's not perfect. And then you're going to fill in that shape with like a lighter shade of the same color. Then you are going to take a text box and you're going to insert the text box and you're going to type in your subject. So you can pick whatever font you want. I'm just going to use this luckiest guy, and you're going to type in the subject. Math first. And then you'll make it, make it 16 so it's a little bit bigger. And then you can move the text box so that it's right in the middle. So there's your first button. So now all you have to do, so you don't have to keep doing that, is you can just go to slide and you can hit duplicate slide as many times as you want, however many buttons you want. So you could have reading and writing separately. You might just do an ELA button. You could just do a journeys button, whatever you want, however you want to label them. So I'm going to come to my second one, and now all I have to do is just adjust the colors. So I'm going to change the background color to this one and do maybe this blue. And then the fill color, oh, no, that's in the text box. The fill color here, I'm going to fill the color and I'm going to go a little bit lighter than that. And then I'm going to change this to reading. And then because it doesn't fit, I'm just going to expand the box. And this is where you're just going to have to kind of play around with where you want things and how big you want things. And then you can just move it so it's in the center. And then I'll come down here and I'll change this background. Let's do green. And then I'm going to fill the shape with a lighter green. And then we'll change this one to science. And then we'll do the last one, social studies. So I'm just going to do just the main 4 subjects. And we'll do this one maybe purple. And I'm going to fill the inside with a lighter shade of purple. And then I'm going to make this one social studies. So this I'm going to have to really adjust what I'm doing here. Okay, and then you just adjust it. And I'm just going to tell myself that it's okay that it doesn't look right. So there you have your 4. Now what you need to do is, so you have them in slides, but you have to save them as a picture. So you have to save them as a JPEG to your computer because you need the picture icon is what you need. So you can click on the first slide. You're going to go to File, Download, and you're going to download them as a JPEG or PNG. I'm not really sure what the difference is between the two. I honestly think the PNG is supposed to be better. I'm not sure. I'm just going to click JPEG because that's what I know. So I'm going to download it as a JPEG, and then You can see it spinning because it's getting ready to download. And then I'm just going to click on each slide and download it as a JPEG to the computer. So I got to do this 4 times. And then that one. Okay, now in order to make your life a whole lot easier, you need to move those so that they're in your pictures. So I'm going to open up my little button down here and I'm going to click into my downloads. And here's all my slides right here. So I'm going to click on one and then I'm going to hit control and then I can click on, I'm going to hold the control button and then I can click on all of them at one time. And then I'm just going to take all 4 of those and move those into my pictures. Okay, so then I can go into my pictures. And there they are. I already had them saved from earlier, so I'll just use those. But there they are. They're in your pictures. So now my font is going to look a little bit different and my colors are going to look a little bit different because now I'm going to use the ones I had saved from last time. So now you're going to go back and now we're instead of using Google Slides, now we're going to move into our Google Docs. And in Google Docs, you're going to want to create a table. So you need to decide how you want these arranged. I only made 4 buttons, so I'm going to have them in a line of 4. But on mine, that I put on my practice page, I had 6. So I did 3 and 3. So you just have to decide how you want these. So when you figure out how you want them arranged in your Google Docs, you're going to insert a table. So because we only have 4, I'm just going to insert a table and a 4x1 table. I'm just going to do a 4x1 table. All right. So I'm going to click inside the first box and I'm going to insert an image. And I'm going to upload it from the computer. Again, sorry about my Wi-Fi. I got to get a booster or something. And then you can just click on whatever you want first. So I'm going to click on the reading one. I might put the reading first. And it will plug right into your box. And then I just move it so that it's in the center. And then you're going to keep doing that for all 4 of them. So I'm going to insert image from the computer. I'm going to come down here and get the math. Center it. And then I'm going to pause the video so that you don't have to watch this whole thing. Okay, and I'm back. So now you see you got reading, math, science, and social studies. So you can leave them right as this small if you want to. You can make the boxes a little bit bigger if you want to, and make the icons bigger. It's completely up to you. So you can click on them, you can drag them, you can make them a little bit bigger, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter how big they are, because it doesn't matter when you're clicking on them. And then I'm going to highlight this whole table so that the whole thing is highlighted. And I want the lines, the border color, I want that to be white because I don't want them to see the borders. I just want them to see the buttons. Okay. And then you have to hyperlink these. So this is where you're going to have to go into your Schoology page. And the only way that I figured out how to make this work is to use folders first, unfortunately. So I made a folder. I just made a folder for every subject because when you have it as a folder, I can click on my math page And because it's a folder, it's going to take me to another page. And then here's my hyperlink for my math page. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, copy that. I'm going to come into my docs. And then I'm going to click on the math one. And this little tool right here is to insert a hyperlink. So I'm going to paste the hyperlink and I'm going to apply it. So I'm going to do that for everyone. You have to make a folder for everyone so that they have their own separate page. So I'm going to click into reading, science, and social studies and create links for those. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you are going to go back into your page, and you want to be on the first page, and you're going to add materials, and you want to add a page. So I already have one that's called buttons. So I'm going to call this buttons 2. Okay. And then you're going to come back to your Google Docs and you're going to highlight and you're going to Control C, copy that whole thing. Go back into your page and Control V and paste it. It's a lot of copying, a lot of pasting, a lot of flipping back and forth between windows. And then you're just going to create it. Okay, so then it's down there at the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to open your buttons 2 page up. And then your buttons 2 page, you're going to highlight and you're going to Control C, copy. You're going to copy all of that. And you're going to come into your updates. The updates box will come up and you're going to paste it right into the updates. And you're going to click the bell so that it's an announcement. And then you're going to post it. And when you do that, it's going to put now. I don't know why it did that, but it's posted to your announcements and the kids can then come right to the math icon, click the button, and it goes right to your math page. So I think it's because of how I copied and pasted it into the updates, but normally it wouldn't do that. Normally it would just paste it in a line. So that's how you do it. And then that's it. That's how you do it. So I can get rid of that one because I don't like that one. I can go back into the buttons page that I created the first time. And then I'm going to copy this. I want to go back to my home page. And then I'm just going to do a new update because I don't like the way that one looks. Come in here and paste it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong this time, but I don't know why it's doing that. And then post. So I don't know why it's putting it in a line right now. It's not supposed to. But that's how you make the buttons.